Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Josh's Comics, and today we're going to be talking about my comic haul from my time in North Carolina. In mid-August, I ended up going to North Carolina to visit some family, and I decided to start collecting key issues. There was a lot of good stores in the area where I was at. I was staying in Clayton, but Raleigh has a lot to offer for stores, and they also had a Raleigh Comic Fest, which was my first ever comic fest, and I had a blast doing it, and I picked up some great things. So first, I want to start off with just some of my pickups. I can tell you right off the bat where I got some of these. So the first, let's see, we're going to go to this store. So some of these issues, they had also a flea market down there. It's one of, well, I believe it's Riley's flea market, if I'm not mistaken. It's like one of the biggest flea markets in North Carolina, and I found some really cool stuff. Not even comic stuff, but I picked up a World War II hand grenade. Now, it is not live, but it was a cool thing to pick up, and yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. But in the search, there was a store and a few different vendors outside. Didn't have anything that I was interested in or anything I was looking in. But there was a store that I ran into, and they had more of a modern collection. They did have some older books, but not a lot, and nothing key worthy. But the first book I picked up, it's the DC Universe Rebirth, Batman Beyond, issue number 1. You know, in issue number 1, I'm always attracted to issue number 1. I don't think it's a big key or anything, but it's in issue number 1, and I love Batman Beyond, so I'll probably keep this part of the collection where I take it out and read it. So that was a good pickup. The other thing I picked up, which I was kind of surprised to see, was a variant cover of Batman the Adventures. Oh, sorry, not a variant cover. It's Batman the Adventures Continue Season 2, number 1. I thought that was a pretty sweet cover. As you know from some of my videos, I'm a huge Batman fan. Batman, The Adventures, or just, I grew up with that. That's my childhood. I love it. So it's pretty cool to pick this up. Again, I don't think there's any key issue or anything. But I'm definitely going to probably take it out and read it. And I'm hoping Batman, The Adventures, I believe they're still making them. I'm not sure, but if they are, I'm hoping for an Omniverse collection one day. That'd be cool. That's how I collect a lot of my runs. I like to collect them in Omniverse format. But key issue wise, obviously I have to deal with single issues. Another one I picked up also there at that place was a Batman the Adventures Continue number 1. This is the variant cover that I was talking about just a minute ago. I got confused with that one. I actually found this, and I also found a different copy of the Batman Adventures Continue, issue number 1, regular, the regular edition non-variant. I sent that in recently to Paul Dini for a CGC signing, which I will talk about in a few minutes when I'm done with this pile, because some of the books I also picked up in NC at the comic convention are actually with CGC now. So, we'll definitely move on, but again, cool variant cover. Number 1, I thought it was for a good price. Definitely picked it up. And then there was a comic book store called Foundation's Edge, which I highly recommend you go to. This store is filled with long boxes, short boxes, you name it. This guy has anything and everything, and I was blown away. So I obviously didn't go through everything, and I'm definitely going to be going back to visit family, and I'm going to hit up Foundation's Edge for sure, and I'm going to be going back to the learn this. He has a good wall selection, and he has, tons of books. He even has so many books in storage that, you could even hit him up before time and ask him if he could take stuff out or look for it and then bring it in the store for you. And I thought his prices were pretty good. The whole place. And if you're from North Carolina and you end up watching this, I'm sure if you've been to Foundation's Edge, you could speak for it, for sure. So one of the books I picked up was a Batman 450. I think the key is where there's a gentleman and being an imposter Joker, if I'm not mistaken. Not a big significant key, but I love Joker covers, older Joker covers. So I thought, yeah, sure, you know what, why not? But, it was a good pickup. It's in great condition, too. Nothing wrong with that. Another book I picked up was Batman 441. This is another key. I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say it has maybe Dick Grayson moving on from Robin, or somewhere along that lines. I'm not completely sure, but I'm sure you guys let me know in the comments. But, you know, it's, again, a good condition. It's funny because the first day I was down there in North Carolina before I went hunting and looking at the stores, my cousin actually has a copy of this, but it's real beat up, Reader's copy. And so, yeah, I thought it was pretty cool to find this in there, and, you know, not bad at all. The other one I picked up, this is another classic Batman cover. This is Batman 329, and you know what? I love the cover of it. The Two-Face cover. Again, I don't think it's a big key, or actually I don't even think it's a key at all, but it's actually in very fine condition. So, you know, I like to pick that up. You did see the price tags on there. I was able to actually work out a deal and get them for cheaper. But yeah, you know, I thought it was a reasonable price, and I like good issues. Now, I only have one book from the convention with me, because I didn't send it in to CGC, because I'm waiting to figure out what I want to do with it. And that's going to be an issue #1 of Batman of Scott Snyder's run. And not only is it issue #1, it is actually signed by the man himself. I know CGC, unless it's actually signed, witnessed by them, you can send it in, they'll still grade the book, but it'll come back with a green label and not a gold. I am thinking about, honestly, just keeping this one. I might send it to, is it CBCS, I believe? I know they can verify signatures and bring it back. I might do that. I have seen issues #1 of this around in the area at my local comic book stores. I might buy another issue 1 and then hold on to it. And then once Scott and Greg have another signing at CGC, which apparently they do quite a bit, maybe send that in and get that one taken care of. Again, Batman, and I have the actually Army Run, the Army Run. The Army Run right behind me on my shoulder. I have the two copies of that. So I mean, I thought it was a great run. It's an issue #1, and it's a cool cover and signed by Scott. I think this book alone was only like $30 or $40, which was a good steal. That's all I have here with me. The other books that I picked up at the Raleigh Comic-Con were Daredevil keys. It was in issue 170, which was the first meeting of Daredevil and Kingpin. 171 Daredevil, which is the first fight between Daredevil and Kingpin. Then I had an issue 181, The Death of Elektra. And then I also bought a Batman 497 when Bane breaks Batman's back in Nightfall. So I do not have those on me personally. Those are my first submission books at CGC. And I don't know when I'm going to get those back. It's going to be a while. I actually sent them to be pressed as well at CGC. I know that's going to take a bit, so unfortunately that video, when they do get here, I will be doing a opening unboxing of that, and I'm excited to get those back. I want to say the 170, I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit in the high 9s. The 171 Daredevil, I think as long as it's an 8 or higher, I'm going to be happy and satisfied. And then 181 is probably going to be in the high 9s as well. And I think Batman 497 as well would be high 9s, but we'll have to see. I didn't see many issues with them. The 170 Daredevil 171 looked to be, can't remember having spine ticks, but kind of looked to be a little bit banged up. But then again, I'm getting a pressing done. I do have heard issues of CGC pressings, well, CCS pressing, I believe it is, but yeah, we're going to see how that turns out. I am looking for a presser in the area if anybody could help me out with that. I am in Delaware. I wouldn't mind going a little bit into New Jersey or in the Philadelphia or Upper PA area. But yeah, so that's my haul from my first ever haul, actually. And I wish I would have made this video sooner, but it's cool to get it out and join you guys in the community. And I had fun, and I believe the Raleigh Comic Con is happening again in December sometime. Definitely, it's a smaller conference room type thing, but I had fun. I thought it was good. I thought I had a lot of good books, and that if I probably would have went back with the knowledge that I have after a couple months now of knowing what I'm looking for and what I want, I probably would have done better. But hey, it's all a learning process, so we'll see. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, and comment as always. I appreciate it. Stay safe, take care of each other, and be well.